Today we're going to make this easy 3D apple craft.
For today's craft, you're going to need some glue, a black marker crayon or pencil crayon, some scissors, a pencil. You're going to need some paper. I'm making a red apple today, but you could make any color apple. I have a little bit of white for the eyes, a little bit of brown for the stem, and green for the leaves. So go ahead and grab your supplies and let's get started. The very first thing we're going to do is decide on the size of the apple we want. So if you want a really tall apple, then you're going to have this taller, longer piece of paper. And this is what I mean. So I'm going to eventually be rolling this over. And if I want my apple to be really, really tall, then I want this to be nice and long. If I want a tinier apple, then I want this to be smaller. So let me just show you here. Here my apple is quite tall. So I went up here. So you can see it's about the length of a little bit smaller than my hand. My fingers here to my thumb. If I were to do like a little L here, that's about the height. But I think today I want mine a little bit smaller, so I'm actually going to make it a little bit smaller. To do that, I'm just going to take my piece of paper and fold it in half to the size that I want it. So there we go. This is how tall I want it. So I'm going to go ahead and use my cut line, my fold line. I'm going to cut that. You go ahead and decide how much paper you're going to need, how tall you want your apple to be. And then once you have that, I'm putting it in front of me, and now I want to decide how I'm going to roll it. So I'm taking it from this side over, and I'm going to curl that in, and I'm going to roll it. I want to glue this down. So you can see if I make it too tiny, it's really, really tiny. So it makes this very small hole. And I want mine to be a little bit bigger, almost like a toilet paper tube hole. So I'm going to roll it over to about the size I want. I quite like that. I think it's nice and big. If you look at your glue can fit in there. If that helps, gives you kind of like a size. So when I roll it, I want to glue it. So I'm going to roll it, double check, and I think as I roll, I'm going to need that amount of paper. So I'm just going to go ahead and put a little line. That's how much paper I'm going to need. And for those of you who are like, oh no, I'm not really sure, don't worry. It's about, let's say, the length of your hand. So go the length of your hand and then go ahead and put a little mark, fold over where that mark is, and then you're going to cut that off. And once you have that cut off, you're going to go ahead and put some glue on the one end. So I'm going to put a fair amount of glue on there. And then I'm going to gently roll. So I'm taking that glue that I just put on, I'm rolling to the other side, and it's going to match up. Put my fingers on top here and push down, and you can see there we go. I have created this cylinder. Ta-da! Okay, now to get started on decorating. I want to create a little stem on the top, so I'm going to take my brown and I'm just going to cut out a rectangle. So I'm going to put my pencil down, I'm going to draw a line, I'm going to jump over the whatever width you would like for your stem. I'm going to draw a line, and then I like to have mine rounded, so I'm just going to kind of like put a curve at the top. I like my stem to be a little bit rounded, and then I'm going to cut that out. Okay, there we go. You could also use black if you didn't have brown. So there's my brown. Now I want to make some leaves. So I'm going to take my green piece of paper. I'm going to fold it over so I make 2 leaves. You could make 1 if you wanted. And I'm going to make a leaf. Now you could make a big leaf, a small leaf. I'm just going to show you how to draw a leaf. I'm going to take my pencil and I go to the middle of my page and put a little dot. And then I'm going to curve around to the bottom. Then I'm going to go back up to that dot. I'm going to curve around to the bottom. And there we go. I've just done 2 curved lines. The wonderful thing about leaves is they all look different, so don't worry about what yours looks like. Go ahead and make a leaf and then cut it out. Now if you folded your paper, you're going to end up with 2. There we go. We have our leaves. I'm going to use my white piece of paper here for some eyes. So I'm just going to fold over a little bit of my white. I'm going to take my pencil and I'm going to draw a circle, whatever size eye you would like. So I'm going to draw a circle, circle, circle. Whoa, that looks a little bit big. I might have to go a little bit smaller than that. Oh me, oh my. Okay, let's just go a little bit inside there. It's okay because I'm going to cut that out. There we go, and I'm going to cut out. Now I folded, so I'll end up with two. If something doesn't work, don't worry. You just need to draw two eyes and cut them out. Now that I have my eyes, ta-da! I'm going to use my black marker and I am going to draw some pupils in the middle, so circles in the middle. Now I'm going to put those over top of my page here so that I don't end up with marker going through onto my workspace. So I'm just going to draw a pupil on this one and on my second eye. And there we go. Those are ready. Now for my hands. You don't have to do this. I'm going to make some little arms here. So I'm going to grab some red, extra red paper. I'm going to take that red and I'm going to fold it over so that I make two. Now if this doesn't work, you can make one and then make a second one. It's okay. And I am going to take my pencil. I am going to go to about the middle of my page. I'm going to draw a straight line. I'm going to lift up. I'm going to jump over to whatever width I want my arm to be. I like it a little bit wider because I find when you cut it out, sometimes it gets a bit skinnier. So I'm just going to make it a little bit wider than I think I want it. And then I'm going to go back to that first line and I think I'm going to draw little ovals. So up and then in. So you can see it's kind of like an oval. And then I'm going to make another one up and then in. So it's just a curved line. I think I'm going to go with 4 fingers for this guy. And then another one to this side. So you can see all I've done is kind of like little ovals that just don't come inside. So an oval, but stop. Then go up, an oval, and then stop. And then from there up in an oval, but don't continue, just stop, and then up and around. Now there's no right or wrong. You can make your hands and arms look whatever thickness and your fingers look whatever you would like, but go ahead and you're going to make those and cut those out. Now that I have everything, I am ready to assemble. Now when you are gluing your little arms and hands on, you just take the end, the flat part, and you're going to fold it over a little bit. And then that's where you'll put the glue, and you'll glue your arms down here. So there's your hand and then your arm, and you're just going to fold. So you'll do that for both. So folding over a little bit, and that's where you'll put the glue. And then you're going to go ahead and we're going to put some glue just on the bottom of our stem. We're going to glue that down. We're going to put a little bit of glue on the bottom of each one of those leaves, and we're going to glue those. Actually, what I do like to do, whoa, my stem is stuck here. There we go. I do like to glue my leaf to my stem like this, and my other leaf, put a glue there and to the stem in whatever way you would like. And then I will glue them all inside. So go ahead and, oh, and then don't forget to glue your eyes. So go ahead, start gluing. And when you have everything glued on, you are ready for your mouth. And I just like to put a little curved line. Now when I'm doing this, I just put my hand on the inside just to help out, to hold it down. And then I am drawing a little curved line. It's a smile. And little curved lines on each side of my smile. And there we go. I have my cute little apple. Oh me, oh my. My leaf keeps falling off, so don't worry. If that happens, you just go ahead and add some more glue. Glue that back on. That's a wonderful thing about a craft. You can just keep fixing it. And there I have different apples in different sizes. I hope you enjoyed this craft. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thanks for joining me on Craft Club for Kids. Remember, be creative and have fun.